Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with everybody's favorite video of every single month. We're gonna have Napoleon pick my TBR. In case you're new here, Napoleon is my year-and-a-half-old Nigerian dwarf goat who is very decisive in book choices and just choices in life in general. So this TBR is going to be kind of all over the place. October starts a lot of readathons for me. I'm hosting multiple readathons. Also, October is when Kingdom of Ash comes out, so I'm also going to be rereading all of the Throne of Glass series in a month on top of readathons. I know. Why? Why am I doing that to myself? And then for the rest of the year beyond that, all 2 months of it, I am planning on delving really deep into some serious epic fantasy series that I've been kind of just putting on hold for a while. So September is going to be all of my like miscellaneous books that I've been wanting to get to, or books that have just been sitting on my shelf for a very long time that need to be read, that are either standalones or just like first in a series that came out, just kind of all over the place. I'm not really sticking to any certain genre, it's just kind of whatever is grabbing my attention at the time, but I have some solid choices that I really would like to get to, or ones that I already have the audiobooks checked out for, etc. So I'm gonna give you some of the titles that I plan on definitely getting to. Then I'm gonna give you the choices that I'm gonna give Napoleon. I generally pick 2 books that are fairly similar in genre or type, and have them decide between the 2, and then we'll go from there. So really briefly, let me get to the arcs that I want to get to, the miscellaneous books that I couldn't really pair with anything else, and then I'm going to show you Napoleon's choices, and then we're going to get to the goats. If you want to scroll ahead to the goats, I understand. Just scroll on ahead and then maybe come back here to see what else I'm reading. First, I want to show you guys my most recent book-related purchase. It's this. Welcome to my TBR cart. Is this not the coolest thing you've ever seen? It's so great. Okay, I'm gonna sit on the floor so I don't have to stand awkwardly for this shot, but I just want to show you. It rolls, it's 3 shelves, it holds a lot of books, it's portable, it's everything I needed in my library. Okay, welcome to the lower half of my library and my TBR cart. Isn't this awesome? They're at Michael's for $30 right now. They come in a ton of colors. This isn't a commercial. I just think it's the best thing ever because now I feel like a librarian, like a legitimate librarian. I can take my cart around and reshelve my books. Okay, the point of the video. These are my TBR books. These are the books that I'm going to get to. These are Napoleon's choices. These are books that I need to haul. Don't look at these yet. So, my first book that I'm going to read is Chainbreaker by Tara Sim. This is the sequel to Timekeeper. I just finished Timekeeper. I loved it. This is a hidden gem series, guys. This is like a steampunk LGBT revolutionary book that I feel like everybody should be reading right now. Well, this is the sequel. I've only read the first one. And they just released the cover for the 3rd one. It's gorgeous. These covers, I can't handle it. I've had this arc forever, so I need to get to it. Next book that I'm going to get to is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nung. This is a book that I've had for a very long time. Obviously, this is an arc. This comes out, I believe, in November? No, the end of October, so perfect time to read this. But this looks amazing. It's a new fantasy series from the James Patterson Presents. It looks amazing, but I will let you guys know my thoughts on this as soon as I read it. This next book is a book that I haven't hauled yet, so spoiler for my upcoming haul, but I really want to get to Stolen Songbird. This is by Danielle L. Jensen. This is kind of a like hidden gem fantasy story. I believe this is considered new adult, possibly YA. But this is recommended time and time again for fans of ACOTAR. Hello, that's me. So this, I believe, actually follows trolls. That's really all that I know. I know that it's like an epic fantasy romance involving trolls. Right? I know. So I really want to get to this. This is one that I just like impulse bought and I really want to read, so definitely getting to this one in September. The next is a book that I have had on my shelf forever, and that is Not If I See You First by Eric Lindstrom. This I think was an uppercase book like years ago. I believe it's like a mystery, a YA mystery thriller, but our protagonist is blind. For some reason, that's something that I'm always really intrigued by in stories, so I just really want to get to this. There's also Braille on the cover, which is awesome, so that's really cool. Next, I want to get to The Life She Was Given by Ellen Marie Wiseman. This I hauled a while ago, and a bunch of you were very excited about it. Some of you have read it and said that you loved it. Others were just really intrigued by it. This is kind of like a circus type story, which I will always read. That is an auto buy for me when it comes to plots. But it is about a girl who, her parents sold her to a freak show when she was a child, so I think she has some sort of deformity. But she has pretty much lived in seclusion on her parents' estate, but then she inherits her parents' thoroughbred farm. So basically this is touching on all topics that I will always read about. It's touching on horses and it's touching on circuses and like freak shows. I'm down for this book. I just found the audiobook for it, so I'm so excited to get to this. Next book that I want to get to is called Guy in Real Life by Steve Brezinoff. This is again another book that I've had sitting on my shelf for a very, very long time. I believe it's going to fall into the like nerd culture that I love reading about gaming. I mean, just look at the cover, it's pixelated, it looks awesome. It's blurred by Nova Rensuma. I feel like this is going to be a hidden gem type of story. I'm very excited to get to it. The last book that I definitely want to get to is Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. This is just a new release that I got recently. I really want to read it. It's very hyped right now from a lot of my friends. It's very short, it's very summery, so I feel like this is a good book to like finish summer off with, because I think it's got like LGBT romance in it, it's got wicked deep vibes, I've heard like kind of practical magic vibes. It's everything that I want in a book, so I'm definitely getting to this. Moving down to the second shelf, these are my Napoleon choices. The first pairing that I have are two heavy-hitting adult contemporary novels. These are both like very well-reviewed 5-starred books. So the first one is The Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer. I believe this is about a family where 2 boys ran away from home and only one came back. I've heard unbelievable stuff about this. It's been on my shelf for too long. I need to get to it. And the other one that I'm pairing that with is The Enchanted by Renee Denfield. I actually read The Childfinder by Renee Denfield and I loved it, but this is the book that she's kind of famous for. This book takes place in a prison full of men who are on death row, and I believe it follows a woman who works there who is working on one of the inmates' cases. And he kind of observes her falling in love, and I mean, Erin Morgenstern, who wrote The Night Circus, is blurbed on this, saying it's a wondrous book that finds transcendence in the most unlikely of places. I think this is going to be a heavy hitter. I've been wanting to read it for a very long time. So he can pick between these 2 books. The next 2 are 2 adult thriller, creepy, spooky vibes because I'm starting to get into Halloween mode. I'm trying to resist, but it's already happening. So I have Roses and Rot by Kat Howard. This takes place, I believe, at a writer's resort where very creepy things start happening that influences the writing. Neil Gaiman blurbs Kat Howard's stuff like crazy, so I kind of trust his opinion. And this is going to be paired against The Neverlist by Kothi Zahn. This is a thriller that I picked up a long time ago. It sounded really intriguing. I've never seen anybody really read or review it. This book follows 2 women who for years have had this pact between each other called The Neverlist, and this is a list of things that they would never do for safety's sake. And one night they go against their Neverlist, they accept a ride from a stranger, and they end up getting held hostage for years. One of these girls escapes and one doesn't. And we follow the woman who escapes as she kind of tries to track down her kidnapper, and she goes against everything on her Neverlist because she has to. It sounded really dark, really intriguing, so I feel like both of these kind of have similar vibes. One is larger, one is shorter and darker. We shall see which one Napoleon thinks I should read. The next 2 that I have are kind of in the same vein. They're very creepy, mysterious books, but in the YA world. The first one I have is First We Were Four by Alexandra Serrari. This is an author that I auto-buy. I love her stories. She writes really good standalone thrillers that like hold you and they grip you. They're amazing. I believe this follows like a group of friends who have like a secret society. They sound like really messed up kids. They do a lot of bad stuff. But there were 4 of them, and now there are 3. That's pretty much all that I really want to know going into this. Her stories are really good to go in blind to, so I'm excited to get to this one. Then I also have The Rattled Bones by S.M. Parker. I think it's going to have very creepy, wicked deep vibes. I think it takes place on like a coastal town, but something weird happens on the seas, in the waters, drownings. It sounds awesome. These are very vague synopsises, but I'm in the mood for some creepy books, and these 2 sound perfect. And the last 2 that I have are in a completely different vein than all of these other ones. These are 2 new adult fluffy books that I just really want to read. So I have All Your Perfects. It's Colleen Hoover's new book. I don't have a synopsis to give you other than I think this is a hard-hitting one of hers. I think it deals with like lost love and infertility issues. I don't really know. I'll read anything by Colleen Hoover. I still do it, I know. And the other one is The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. This is a book that a friend of mine loved and I really want to get to. I believe it takes place in Alaska. That's all I really know. New adult books that I know are gonna be kind of fluffy. I don't really need to know much of a synopsis going into it, but we shall see which one Napoleon thinks I should read. Okay, so these are the choices that I'm going to give to Napoleon. I'm gonna toss my hair up because it is quite scorching outside. It is still very, very hot out. And I'm gonna head out there and see what he picks. I'll see you in a second. Okay, so the first choice is going to be the serious adult contenders. We have Shock of the Fall and we have the Enchanted. So, Shock of the Fall, Enchanted. Which one do you think? That's my face. This one looks like it's gonna be Shock of the Fall. Are you positive? We're going with Shock of the Fall here. I think we're gonna stay in this nice shady location. This is quite peaceful. So our next choice is going to be the two like dark adult stories. So we have Roses and Rot and we have the Never List. Oh, this is a definite choice. He doesn't even care about this one. We are only going with the Never List here. Solid choice? That is a yes, for sure. Our next choices are going to be, the two YA thriller stories. So we have First We Were Four and then The Rattled Bones. Which one do you think? Big decision. Which one? Alrighty, we have gained some friends for support. This is a big decision. Here we go. Which one? Everybody can choose if you want. Okay, we don't eat the books. Boys, these are all three of the boys right here. Rue is the only good one who is not eating books. Which one do you want? Neville, are you gonna vote on this one? Okay, well Neville is voting on this one. This is a big change of events. We really want the Rattled Bones, not First We Were Four? Oh, that's a serious decision. Maybe Neville's gonna take over as the decision maker. And this is why we can't have nice things. You tipped over my reading bench. Can you choose between these two books? We have All Your Perfects and The Simple Wild. Which one? The Simple Wild? It looks like it is for sure The Simple Wild. So we will definitely get to this one. Does that sound good? Okay. Alrighty, we are back inside in the air conditioning. It's pleasant. So it looks like these are my goat chosen choices. We've got The Shock of the Fall. Pretty excited to get to this. I've had it forever. I really want to read it. We have the Never List, which is also one that I've had forever and I really want to get to, so I'm kind of glad that he chose it, to be completely honest. Then Neville surprisingly chose The Rattled Bones. Neville is my problem child. He never participates in anything the way I want him to. So we've got this, which is a solid choice. So maybe we will start asking Neville for his choices as well. And then our last choice in all of the destruction is The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker, which is good because I was gonna read it anyway. So good choice, goats. So those are going to be all of the books that I read in September. Oh, I forgot to mention I'm also doing Contemporary-a-thon in September. So all of these plus that's gonna be a completely separate video. So stay tuned for that. But that's gonna be another 7 books that I'm adding onto this list. I know, it's ridiculous, but I read a lot. Like, a lot. So that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got your Napoleon goat fix for a little bit. I'll start featuring them more because I know a lot of you guys like seeing them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys in my next one.